Welcome back to History of Simple Things. Today's topic comes from one of our viewers, Kenya Smith. Thanks for the suggestion. You asked, Thesaurus versus dictionary. What's the difference? When you're trying to write a paper, craft a story, or even just find the right word for a text, you've probably turned to either a dictionary or a thesaurus. But have you ever stopped to wonder, what's the real difference between the two? They both deal with words, definitions, and meanings, but they serve very different purposes. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of dictionaries and thesauruses. We'll uncover how they differ, where they overlap, and which one you should use depending on your needs. By the end of this video, you'll not only know the distinction, but also understand how to make your writing sharper, clearer, and far more engaging. Let's explore, right here on History of Simple Things. Let's start with the dictionary, the trusty companion for students, writers, and just about anyone who's ever stumbled across an unfamiliar word. A dictionary is essentially a comprehensive reference book, or in today's world, a digital resource that provides the definitions of words. It tells you what a word means, how to pronounce it, what part of speech it belongs to, and often provides examples of how the word is used in sentences. Many dictionaries also include information about word origins, known as etymology, and notes on spelling variations, such as the differences between American and British English. In short, the dictionary is your go-to resource for clarity. If you don't know what a word means, you grab a dictionary. If you're unsure whether a word is a noun, verb, or adjective, the dictionary has you covered. Essentially, it's about accuracy and precision in understanding. Now, let's shift to the thesaurus, which often gets confused with the dictionary, but serves a completely different role. A thesaurus doesn't usually give you the definition of a word. Instead, it provides a list of synonyms, words that have similar meanings, and sometimes antonyms, which are words with opposite meanings. For example, if you look up the word happy in a thesaurus, you might find alternatives like joyful, content, cheerful, or pleased. Each synonym carries a slightly different shade of meaning, and that's what makes a thesaurus such a powerful tool for writers. It helps you avoid repetition, diversify your vocabulary, and choose words that convey precisely the tone or nuance you want. Where the dictionary gives you clarity, the thesaurus gives you variety. To truly understand the difference, it helps to look at their origins. Dictionaries have been around for centuries, with one of the most famous being Samuel Johnson's dictionary, published in 1755. Later, Noah Webster created his iconic American dictionary in the 19th century, which shaped much of modern American English. Dictionaries were created to standardize language, document words, and help people understand communication better. The thesaurus, on the other hand, is relatively new. The most well-known early thesaurus was created by Peter Marc Roget in 1852, aptly named Roget's Thesaurus. Roget, a physician and scholar, wanted to organize words not by spelling or alphabet, but by ideas and meanings. His work gave writers and speakers a way to expand their expression beyond a single word choice. While the dictionary is about definitions, the thesaurus is about options. So how do you actually use them in real life? Imagine you're writing an essay, and you want to describe someone as smart. If you only use the word smart throughout your writing, it gets repetitive. That's where the thesaurus saves the day. You can swap in words like intelligent, bright, clever, or astute, depending on the nuance you want. But before you confidently use that synonym, it's wise to double-check in the dictionary. Why? because while synonyms share similarities, they aren't always interchangeable in every context. Astute, for instance, carries a sharper, more analytical tone than just smart. By pairing the thesaurus with the dictionary, you ensure not only variety but also accuracy. This teamwork is crucial for anyone who wants to write clearly while keeping their language interesting. One common misconception is that the thesaurus is a shortcut for using fancy words. People sometimes think that swapping a simple word with a more complex synonym will make their writing sound smarter. But this approach can backfire. Choosing words from the thesaurus without understanding their definitions can make your writing sound awkward or even nonsensical. For instance, you might replace big with monumental, but while both suggest largeness, monumental often implies historical significance or enormous importance, not just physical size. That's why the dictionary should always go hand in hand with the thesaurus. The dictionary grounds you, while the thesaurus expands your possibilities. Misusing one without the other is like trying to cook with only spices but no main ingredients, or only the basics without flavor. Today, both dictionaries and thesauruses have evolved beyond heavy books on a shelf. With apps, websites, and built-in tools on our devices, they're accessible with just a few taps. Online dictionaries often come bundled with a thesaurus, allowing you to switch between definitions and synonyms seamlessly. Some even include pronunciation audio, real-world usage examples, and word-of-the-day features. This digital evolution has made it easier than ever to enrich your vocabulary and improve your writing. But it has also made it tempting to rely too heavily on tools without developing an intuitive sense of words. That's why it's still important to practice reading and writing regularly, so you learn how words feel in context, not just how they're defined. So the next time you're working on an essay, a story, or even a simple email, remember this: start with a dictionary to fully understand your words, and then use the thesaurus to elevate your expression. When used wisely, these two resources can turn ordinary writing into something memorable and impactful. Words are powerful, and knowing how to wield them is one of the most important skills you can ever develop. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. If you enjoyed this video, please check out our other bingeable channels. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of simple things. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories woven through the smallest details.